Is no contact working? I'm going to share with you 6 signs that your ex will get back with you. If you see those signs, if you see 1, 2, or 3 of those signs, I think you're on the right track to get back with your ex. Jiggle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So first of all, there's something important you need to know is that no contact is a form of communication. People think that when you don't communicate, when you don't speak, when you don't text an ex, you can't get back with them, because if I need to explain, if I need to showcase, if I need to express my feelings, I need to communicate with my partner. It doesn't make sense. However, silence is also a form of communication. It's telling your ex, I accept the decision, I regain control, I do my own thing, and you do yours. You tell your ex basically, you have to deal with the breakup now. You wanted to end the relationship, so have the breakup. And that's a form of communication, and that's really one of the best and the strongest message to your ex when it comes to showing that you take things with maturity, right? The problem is obviously it leaves us guessing. What are they doing? Who are they seeing? What are they thinking? Do they miss me? And so on and so forth. And the problem is that when you're left guessing, you're anxious. Anxiety is basically obsessing or thinking obsessively about something you can't control. By definition, whatever is going on in your ex's mind is something you can't control, and you can run hundreds and thousands of scenarios in your head. You'll never be able to guess what's going on really. And so it's very hard for people sometimes to let go of this. Let go of the fact that you have no clue, and you will have no clue. But if you see those 6 signs, it's a good sign that you will get back with your ex sooner than later. Remember this, and it's very important. Right now, you are the most important person in your life. When you go no contact, it's really about how you can focus your attention on you. No contact, from a therapeutical point of view, is the framework that is required if you want to find self-love. Emotionally, how you can rebalance your emotion, how you can break down any form of codependency, how you can shape yourself physically, right? Sometimes people, they feel like, they've been complacent with their health, mental health, physical health. Like, no contact, that's you. Rather than spending hours thinking about what to text, but trying to rekindle the flame, 30 hours of a week is a relationship, basically. Why don't you allocate those 30 hours on your personal growth, on your physical health, or registering to a gym, finding a new hobby, whatever. Mentally finding ways for you to deal with this. And so what you have to do is to shift this obsession from your ex to you. After a breakup, people sometimes are obsessed with their ex. Being obsessed, having a trait of being an obsessive person, can be good if you obsess on the right things. If you look at very successful people, billionaires, entrepreneurs, scientists, and so on and so forth, they are obsessive, but they channel their energy, their obsessions, on something that matters. What matters today for you, it's you. It's not me, it's not your mom, it's not your ex, it's you. So really direct this obsession to you. And some people might think, it's a bit selfish, my ex is suffering, or my ex. No, it's not selfish. It's that way to create a secure bond with someone. And it's only by doing this work, only by doing this reflection, introspection, that you will be able to connect and have a secure relationship with your partner. I know you want to know about those signs, so I'm going to move on to the first one. They reach out. In an ideal world, your ex would reach out after a few weeks, potentially a couple of months after you start no contact. And when you do, they show interest in your life. Don't read too much on why they contact you. Sometimes people tell me like, he contacted me because he forgot something at my place, and they're really upset. Like, I expected them, whenever they come, they contacted me, that they wanted to see me and discuss the breakup, discuss the relationship. Sometimes people will just reach out, find an excuse to see you, find an excuse to speak with you. It doesn't really matter. Remember that they could ignore you. They have the choice of reaching out or not reaching out. Regardless of what they say, it doesn't matter. They chose to reach out. So don't be too difficult if they reach out, because they could, another scenario would be like they would be happy not having any news from you and therefore ignore you. And their life would be a happy place where they don't feel the need to connect with you. Okay, so reaching out is a really, really big sign that it's working, and regardless of what they say. The second one, when they keep in touch. You go no contact and they want to stay in touch with you. They respond very quickly to your message. They would share personal information. You have this feeling that they want to maintain, it's hard for them to let go. And that's a sense that, this power struggle is in your favor. And that's why, when you see people struggling with the silence treatment, it means that it's hard for them to let go of that bond, to let go of that attachment. Meaning that they're not so sure about their decision of breaking up with you. Now, in those stages, sometimes it's good to assess whether you should continue communicating with them, whether the things are evolving, whether you see any sort of progression in what your ex is saying, or whether you should go no contact and really let them experience the breakup. Because if you do that, because otherwise, what will happen if you stay in touch and nothing progresses, then that becomes the baseline, and it's going to be very hard to move away. You can consider it as some sort of friend zone. If you really break things out, then the desire for your ex to see you, for your ex to text you, will be higher, and they will drive, the fear of losing you will drive them to act. Third one, they seem jealous. So they don't necessarily contact you, but they ask your mutual friends about your dating life. They can become territorial. That brings up, past memories for them. It's obviously a sign that they're not indifferent. That's the thing we need to assess when you want to get back with an ex, is whether your ex is indifferent. Treat you as someone random in a way. And so what it means is not having you is very hard for them. And this is why no contact would create that mystery, which leads to jealousy. And that's a good thing if you want to get back with your ex. If they're jealous, it means that they're still keen. It means that it's very hard for them to let go. That's a good sign. Fourth one, they ask questions about you. Families, your friends, whether it's directly, indirectly, you'll have your friends telling you, oh yeah, he was talking about this and that. And then it kind of out of the blue asks about what you were up to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was about important. Again, the same thing, the same mechanism as the one when they reach out. It doesn't really matter. The idea is that it's hard for them to forget you. It's hard for them to see a life without you, without having any news from you. So it's hard for them to see a world where you're not part of it. This means that no contact is working. And 6, they seem more flirty at this stage. Don't rush things. One of the common mistakes that people make is that whenever their ex is keen, trying to, you see that now they're clearly interested, they jump back into the relationship. And when you do that, you really want to ensure that as you've changed, as you've done the work, you need also to expect your ex to invest, to do the work. It's very important because sometimes we jump back into a relationship. We kind of rebound from our ex-partner to our ex-partner. And when we do that, we fail to address anything that didn't work in the relationship, and we repeat the same negative or toxic patterns. And what happens is after 6 months or a year, break up again for the same reason, because you've never really addressed. I'm a strong believer that breakups can be beneficial if you manage them well. And if the outcome of this breakup is that you are both stronger and more secure and create a stronger bond. If you have any other question on this, let me know in the comment section. You can also like this video, which helps me tremendously. I love this word. And you can also subscribe if you want to be notified any new videos. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer.